Boxing Scene are now reporting that Chris Eubank Jr.'s team were not informed about Conor Benn's first positive test when he signed for the fight. The first test was in July and the second test was in September, but Eubank's team were only informed of the second test, according to Boxing Scene. The positive test from July is understood to have been undertaken as part of the WBC's clean boxing program. VADA handles the clean boxing program's testing protocol for the sanctioning body. But because Benn's July test was not within Eubank's contractual period with VADA for the October fight, the drug testing agency did not inform Eubank's team. It is not clear when Eubank and his handlers were made aware of the first positive test, but it is understood that they still have not been given the full details. A member of Eubank's team described news of the July positive test as baffling. Now, there are car crashes, and then there are 10 car pileups. You guys tell me which one best describes this situation for Eddie Hearn. In fact, maybe a 10-car pileup doesn't even do it justice. If this latest information from Boxing Scene turns out to be accurate, then Eddie Hearn's next interview is going to be very, very interesting indeed. While he may not have been contractually obliged to tell Team Eubank about the first positive test, surely he should have done so out of professional courtesy, and many would argue out of moral duty. I've actually lost track of the number of times that Eddie Hearn has changed this story now. I can barely keep up. He keeps telling us that contractually he wasn't allowed to pull the plug on this fight, despite the fact that Conor Benn failed 2 tests. He says that only the board were in a position to do so. What on earth is this guy talking about? Promoters pull shows every single week. They don't have to wait for the board to cancel anything. If Eddie Hearn had approached Kalle Sauerland and Chris Eubank Jr. and said, look, Conor's failed 2 VADA tests. If we go ahead with this fight and the press find out, it's going to be very damaging to our business. We don't feel comfortable about proceeding under these circumstances. Therefore, can we agree to postpone the fight until the situation is resolved? Eddie actually wants us to believe that if he'd had that conversation with Kalle Sauerland, a man who he's had a very close working relationship with for many years, that Kalle would have turned around and said, no way, I'm not going to allow you to postpone this fight and I'll sue you if you try. That is what Eddie Hearn expects us to believe. At this stage, I'm going to say it. He has actually surpassed Tyson Fury for talking absolute boss. It's a remarkable achievement. Congratulations, you've done it. You've got the crown. But now it's time to either tell the truth or zip it. Because every time this guy opens his mouth now, he puts his foot in it. Bazza, Joe Markowski, somebody over there, you need to take that shovel off him. Because Eddie is digging himself a hole so deep, never mind flying to Australia. At this rate, he'll be able to walk there. Good God. Every time we receive an update on this situation, it just seems to get worse and worse and worse. It's like I said a few months back. DAZN are hemorrhaging money at a colossal rate. Anthony Joshua's stock has crashed. Eddie Hearn is obviously under phenomenal pressure from his broadcaster to deliver results for them. Desperate men do desperate things. This whole Conor Benn scandal just reeks of desperation from Eddie Hearn. Let me know what you guys think about this latest development in the comment section below.